Welcome to the third episode of English by Filipina podcast. My name is Charm, and I'll be your guide, your friend, your teacher all throughout this episode. This English short listening practice has three parts. First, I will read a text, and you have to listen. Second, I will ask you a question. Third, I will discuss the vocabulary mentioned in the main listening part. You have two tasks. First, listen to the audio as many times as you can. Second, listen to the question and write your answer in the comments. The goals in this practice are to check your comprehension skills and writing skills. Now, when you write your answer in the comments, I can see them and I'll be able to give you feedback when necessary. Let's now begin with the listening practice. Today's topic is about Statue of Liberty's little sister. The Statue of Liberty in New York will be shortly joined by its little sister. The second Statue of Liberty is made of bronze, with a weight of 450 kilograms and a height of 10 feet tall, which is 1/16th the size of the original one. The statue will arrive in the USA from France just before US Independence Day. It will be placed on Ellis Island just across the water from the original one in New York before it will be transported to its temporary home in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. will be its home for the next 10 years. The Statue of Liberty is the symbol of freedom and light around the world. The crown with 7 spikes represents the sun's rays. The tablet held by Lady Liberty has the USA's date of independence inscribed on it. Broken chains and shackles at its left foot depict the end of slavery in the USA. The original statue was a gift from France to the USA. The second statue holds the same symbol as its original one, a representation of friendship and a strong relationship between the two countries. Are you ready for the question? If not, feel free to replay the audio as many times as you can. The timestamp is available in the description in case you get lost. Remember to take your time in answering the question because the goal here is to really practice your comprehension skills. Now, when you're ready, here's the question. What do the broken shackles and chains of the Statue of Liberty symbolize? What do the broken shackles and chains of the Statue of Liberty symbolize? Vocabulary time! We're now on the last part of this episode. You can now check the transcript and vocabulary in the description if you want to follow where I'm at, or if you just want to listen and learn that way, go ahead and do that. Let's begin with the word liberty. Liberty. So obviously our topic today is Statue of Liberty and its little sister. As previously mentioned, Statue of Liberty symbolizes freedom. And that's the actual meaning of liberty. It is the state of being free. So, the Statue of Liberty is actually a portrayal of Liberta, a Roman goddess of freedom. As people, we like to have a representation of the things we value, such as freedom. We may portray these important values through art, painting, music, or statue. So that is our next word, statue. Statue. An animal or human figure carved from a hard object like stone, wood, or metal. As previously stated, the Statue of Liberty is made from bronze. Next word, shackles. Shackles. It is a pair of metal rings connected by chains, usually used to fasten a person's wrist. A common example is prisoners are put into shackles. Now, there is a restraint or hardship when you are bound by chains and shackles, right? So, in other usage, we can also say that a certain situation shackles you from achieving your dreams. It puts a limit to something. For example, he is just moments away from his dreams. He will no longer let anything shackle his way to the top. In other words, he will do everything he can. Not even rocks can shackle him from getting to his goal. I think we're all in the same boat as this person I'm giving example of. As for me, no technical difficulties can shackle me from writing and producing English learning content. I've run into quite a number of technical problems as I was writing, recording, and producing stuff for English by Filipina. This is really something out of my comfort zone, but I want to be free from the shackles of always having fear consume me. I believe that whatever life situations we're in at the moment, they're just part of the learning process to becoming better, to becoming greater, to becoming this wiser person we will always be proud of. I know that it is difficult. Things just don't come easy, and it may even be suffocating for some of you, but I hope that this will be a little reminder for you to not give up, to always hold your head up high, and as what my friend likes to say, shoot for the stars. Next word, tablet. Tablet. I know it sounds familiar to you. Well, the thing that we're using at this digital age is actually an innovation from the real thing. So a tablet is a square piece of hard material used for writing or drawing things on. An object called stylus was also used to write on tablets. You're already familiar with these two words because we have digital versions of them. So, digital tablets and the pen we use with it were inspired from these ancient inventions. That's what invention is. You create something for the first time. Whereas if you try to improve something that is already existing, you call that innovation. Innovation. So the digital tablets and stylus that we have today are innovations from the ancient inventions. Does that make sense? I hope so, because we're now down to our last vocabulary. Last word for today is inscribe. Inscribe. Meaning to write or carve words onto something. Example is the tablet that Lady Liberty is holding has July 4th in Roman letters inscribed on it. I feel like inscribe is just a fancy word for writing, but I think it is usually used when you're carving writings onto something. So you don't want to say write for that. Instead, you want to say you're inscribing writing on a metal plate, on a wood, or stone. And we're done. Good job, everybody. This is third episode of English by Filipina podcast, and I'm just so delighted to be part of your English practice journey. Let me know if you liked this episode's story by giving me a thumbs up or leaving me a comment. If you have any feedback or requests for the coming episodes, just let me know and I'll see what I can do about it. Thank you so much for being with me today. This has been Charm of English by Filipina. Until next time, goodbye!